Hey boys and girls. All right, now it's time for our math lesson. We're going to be starting a new unit where we are taking multiplication and connecting it to division. I know you guys have been waiting for more stuff with division, so here it is. The learning target for today is that you can think about and model situations using multiplying and dividing. Basically, you can think about a story situation and write an equation for it, or vice versa. You can see an equation and make a story that matches. So first of all, we need to think about things that come in fours. If you want to pause the video and do a little brainstorming, now would be a good time. All right, so I thought of cats because I have my kitties that you've been seeing pictures of. Here's Frumpkin. She just hopped out of frame though. You might have thought about other animals with four legs like dogs or horses. You might have thought about vehicles with four wheels like cars or quads, things like that. You might have thought about shapes like the different kinds of quadrilaterals. Or you might have thought of something different that I'm not thinking of right now. In a moment, we are going to get our math journals and make a chart of things with four. There's the kitty back in the frame, I hope. A chart of things that come in fours. I'm going to do one of cats and legs. If you guys are going to work along with me, and we are going to use this chart to work on our multiplying and division situations. So go get your materials, and we'll see you in a second. Bye! All right. So now that you've got your math journal or your scratch paper, whichever you're using, let's make a chart. I'm going to do a chart of cats and legs. We need a title on our chart so we know what it's going to be all about. On the first row, I'm going to draw one cat, and this is a math doodle, so it does not need to be perfect. Little tail, 1, 2, 3, 4 legs on that cat. So, if one cat has 4 legs, we could write the equation 1 times 4 equals 4. One cat times 4 legs on each cat equals 4 legs altogether. But you guys know that I actually have 2 cats. I have Frumpkin and Wren. You might have seen Wren just in the corner of the last video. She's camera shy, didn't want to be on the screen. So, in the next row, let's do 2 cats. Again, just quick little sketches. 4 legs on Frumpkin. And 4 legs on Wren. So 2 cats and 4 legs on each cat, 2 times 4 equals 8. So before I keep going, let's stop and think for a second. Why was I using multiplication in these equations? Why not subtraction or addition? Pause the video and think about why multiplication makes more sense here. Share your thinking with someone nearby if you can. Okay, ready? So, I'll do a think aloud for you. Well, subtraction's clearly not going to work with this situation because we're not taking anything away and we're not finding the difference between 2 things. We're working on how many legs 2 cats have in all. But I bet some of you said, now wait a minute, Mrs. Itma, you totally could use adding here. And you're right, I could have. I could have gone 4 legs on the first cat plus 4 legs on the second cat is 8 legs altogether. You're totally right. Multiplication is just a shorter way to add the same number over and over again. And having a shorter way to add the same number lots of times is going to be really helpful when we get down further in the chart and there's more and more cats. So let's keep going. In the next row, we would have 3 cats. 1 cat, 2 cats, 3 cats. And the equation to match, 3 cats times 4 legs on each cat gives us 12 legs altogether. So I'm going to have you pause the video and keep the chart going. We're going to stop when we get to a row with 6 cats. I'll work on my chart while you make yours, and I'll see you back here in a couple minutes. Pause the video and finish your chart. All right, now that you've got your whole chart of multiplication, all the way down to 6 times 4 equals 24, 6 cats times 4 legs is 24 legs altogether. Let's go back through and think about division. I'd like you to find the row that has 12 legs. Point to it when you found it. Great job, it's the 3rd row. There's 3 cats, 4 legs per cat, it's 12 legs altogether. So now, what if we had the question, there's 12 legs, how many cats? The equation to match that question would start with 12 legs divided by 4, because you know there's 4 legs per cat, and it equals 3 cats together. You can think of it like groups. There were 12 legs, and you're making groups of 4 to see how many cats. I can show you that with these little rocks. So if each rock is a leg, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 legs. So 12 legs, how many cats? Well, we make a group of legs for one cat, a group of 4 legs for another cat, and a group of 4 legs for another cat. 12 legs is 3 cats, 3 groups. So division is a little strange because it can match different kinds of situations. For example, a lot of time when people think about division, they think about sharing, like I have 12 cookies and I'm going to share them with 4 friends. So I'm going to give a cookie to you and a cookie to you and a cookie to you, and I'm going to share them out until all the cookies are gone. That would be 12 cookies divided by 4 friends. It's 3 cookies per friend. But that doesn't make sense with our cat and leg situation. You're not sharing the legs. You get a leg and you get a leg. No, that's just weird. In that situation, we're thinking about making groups. You know that each one needs to be a group of 4 legs per cat. So it's like you're pulling sets of 4 out of that 12. You're making groups. So division can either be sharing or it can be grouping. So let's do another couple rows of division problems so we know what to do, and then you can finish this one on your own. Let's do the next row down. What if we had 16 legs? How many cats? 16 divided by 4 legs on each cat equals 4 cats altogether. And we'll hop up and do, if there's 8 legs divided by 4 legs per cat, how many cats altogether? 2 cats. So you're going to need to finish this chart so you have a multiplication and a division equation for each row. Then you're going to get out your Bridges book. Your next step is 2 pages, and you will use your Forge chart to do them, the cats and legs chart, so don't get rid of it. Here are the Bridges book pages. It's 144 and 145. The first part, you need to write math observations about that chart we just made. So, 1, 2, and there's a trap here. It says, include at least 1 observation about a row you can't see. So thinking about what would happen on the row with 7 cats. There's also a bit where there are story problems and equations. So just like our learning target, matching equations and story problems together, situations, you'll be drawing lines to match them and writing the answers on the line. The other page, 145, has a ratio table using squares and the number of sides on the square, so still thinking fours. And a counting by fours grid that you color all the counting by fours numbers and make predictions about, do you think 100 will be one of the numbers you color? There's also a student down here making an observation about fours, and you get to tell whether you agree or disagree. When you're done with all of this, you're going to send me a picture of your work through your school email, or you're going to show it to me during our Google meeting. And if you have any questions, just let me know on your email or during our Google meeting. Have fun, and I'll see you soon.